Perfect. 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 Perfect.
What's the mother? Whoa! Welcome to Saw Sports. How y'all doing out there in internet land this evening? I hope everybody is well. I hope life's treating you good. It's first day of March, marching on into the year. I mean, it's flying by. March Madness, all that good stuff happening. But let's talk about it, man. Welcome to Saw Sports. If you're not familiar with Saw Sports, Saw Sports is a Houston, Texas Homer network. Means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. As you know, as we do primarily talk a lot of Texans because we're sad, miserable people who like suffering. Well, we talk a lot of Texans. We talk Rocks. We talk Astro, Dynamo Dash. Like I say, all sports, only Houston. The freshest flavor in H-Town sports. We got two gentlemen from the round getting down with us this evening. If you new to this, you may not be familiar. If you're true to this, then you should know their names before they say them. Who we got joining us in the round tonight?
Man, you got your boy Third Coast Sports TV, Wink in the building. Y'all already know what it is. Good to be at it with the bro once again.
Really? Who else we
What's
got?
up? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Fox 26? You already know what it is. Your boy Spitz. You know, it's the Saw Sports, the Houston original roundtable. Often imitated, never duplicated. You know, a lot of people out there be trying to copy the swag, but y'all already know who came first. You already know what it is. Saw Sports,
baby. John Lopez. John Lopez.
Man, look, it ain't nothing new because it's really sad. It's super sad because first, y'all know how we do this, man. You know, if you are in the greater Houston area, shout out to Side with Pride. Drop that in the comments. If you are a fresh ingredient, at least say what's up. If y'all know, on Tuesdays we tone it down a little on Tuesdays. But if you know what is the acronym? If you know the acronym that we've been using around here for a long time, drop that in the chat. And again, shout out to Side with Pride. But when it comes to this round table thing, I'm glad Spitz said it, man. The original, because we've been doing this for a few years now. I need to look back as well. Right. But, as long as Deshaun's been here, the Saw Sports Roundtable has been a thing. And it's all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe 2022 is the year of the Roundtable because all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot of other Houston quote unquote roundtables. and let's be honest. We know who originated, who started. And I'm not saying that the round table itself, the idea was just the freshest thing. But when have you ever heard of another Houston sports round table? Now it's like 5 of them. Anyway, so just make sure you guys say the original.
Hey man, we got the Southern boys. That's all it is. They are juniors. They are juniors. You know what I'm saying?
I must be a deadbeat dad because got a lot of sons and ain't paying no child support. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. There's a lot of conversations going on, and shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're in the chat, man, hit that like button. You know, if you subscribe, you know, wherever you may be. If you're watching on the app, we appreciate you. Thank you. And again, make sure you follow all the proper social medias. They're up in the corners above. So let's talk about it, man. A lot of conversations as we're getting into the time period. You know, the new league year is about to be here. A couple of weeks. Everybody's excited. Everybody's bubbling with what direction the team's going to go into. All the possibilities are out there. Free agency, the draft,
endless.
Just anything can happen. I mean, we've seen teams change, make significant improvements over a season. We've seen teams make significant decreases, I guess you could say, in a season, move backwards, if you will. And so it just kind of depends on what you're doing, what else is going on around the league. I mean, injuries, all kind of things.
2020 Texans.
Oh, good grief. Oh, man. Bring the bad stuff. But let's talk about it. So about the one thing on this roster that people, I mean, more than the draft, more than free agents, I think right now has this roster still, or has this fan base still kind of in disagreement, right? And that is one, Magic Man, General, we know where that started. Money, we know where that started. Mills, but hey, it's good to influence the city.
Mafia.
Yes, the Mills Mafia. So when he came out last year, everybody said this thing. Oh, well, if he'd have stayed another year, he'd have been a first round pick, right? That we all heard it. We all heard this. And to me, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard because I don't know who turns down that kind of money, right? We're talking about first round money to third round money. You're talking about first round player option. You're talking about the benefits that come with being a first round player. You get a little bit more special treatment. But,
Right.
Some people like to take the high road. Some people like to take the low road. Some people just take the road less traveled. I guess, I'll just make my name in this league without being a first round. I don't know, right? But that's stupid. But you can kind of look on the same thing and you can look on the other hand and say, well, objectively, compared to some of these other guys that got picked in the first round, Davis Mills did look better than a lot of guys who were number one overall or first round overall picks this particular class. So you could say, oh, maybe the Texans won. Maybe they stumbled into him. I don't think Davis Mills was the guy they originally wanted. We'll get on that. But so you could say the Texans kind of had a one-up because they maybe didn't have to spend as much assets. But I want to talk about now what's coming up, this draft. Not a particularly exciting quarterback class. There was a lot of names that I would say in the beginning of the year that people were saying this guy's going to be number one. He's going to be it. Every team's going to be clamoring for this guy. Some of these dudes ended up in the transfer portal. Some of these dudes they got beat out for job. I mean, like, it's a lot of stuff that can happen. That's why I say speculation and all these assumptions, I don't get real excited about. I like to see how things play out because, anything can happen. Looking at this class, let's play hypotheticals. We'll start with Wing. If Davis Mills didn't come out, last year and he stayed in, is Davis Mills the number one quarterback in this upcoming draft class, the class that's about to come up here in, April, in this draft? Is he the number one quarterback?
Hell no, he ain't the quarterback. What is wrong with people, bro? He ain't better than no damn Malik Collins. He ain't better than Spencer Rattlers. He not better than none of these dudes, bro. Like, get out of here. We don't even want to talk about next year's class. CJ Stroud, bro, Bryce Young. We don't. Just stop it, bro. Now, I get it. This last year's class, bro, his class is not phenomenal at all. Come on, Zach Wilson, bro, he's on the Jets. That's self-explanatory. Come on. Trevor Lawrence is the most overrated quarterback who's been drafted in the last, ever? Like, he's the worst number one overall quarterback ever taken. This guy sucks. Bro, they don't even have a color invented yet for the type of doodle this man is. Like, bro,
Unfound
I
Brown?
don't go, bro.
Is that what you're saying?
It's not even. No, it's not even a Brown, bro, that could ever be created, bro, to show you how dookie this boy is. Like, he sucks, bro. He's a part of the Jags organization. They deserve to die. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we already know what we are to them. We Freddy Krueger with the glove. We show up like Nightmare on Elm Street every year against them. I don't care who our quarterback is. We just got their number. But Zach Wilson, like, I can't understand how he's the best quarterback when only one of the quarterbacks who was drafted ahead of him he could beat. Trey Lance didn't get an opportunity because they clearly had Jimmy Garoppolo playing. They just made an NFC championship, and this man in his first year knows what that tastes like, whether he was the starter or not.
He beat him head to
When it
head.
came time for him, then when it came time for him to play on short notice against Davis Mills, he threw a pick early. Guess what? Turned around, got that out of his books. They dominated us. I know the score. The score doesn't indicate domination, But it was a dominant game by the 49ers all the way around. He made all the right throws. He was looking good out on the field. He was pumping the ball down the field. And at the end of the day, people want to sit here and talk about the team that surrounds Davis Mills. If he's that quarterback, then why can't he make dudes like Chad Hansen and all these guys look good like a certain other quarterback on this roster was doing? Oopsie. Yeah, so he has no excuses. If he's that guy, he can make anybody look good. That's what good elite quarterbacks supposedly do. So I mean, I'm
Attention,
not
all
a
Walmart
dude.
shoppers.
Hey, hey, man. I mean, hopefully, I hope he got a good back, bro, because one day, he might be lifting brick and mortars. You know what I'm saying? He may be out here chucking bricks. You know what I'm saying? Up to the second story of the house. He may be loading, 50-pound bags of concrete. You know what I'm saying? He got some steel. Get your steel toes ready, because I don't see him being in the league too much longer than he already is. We have to already see what this guy is for the remainder of the year. So be it. He's gonna prove all the guys who are inflating his football prowess. Y'all the ones who gonna be upset. I already have my expectations are already set low to this man. When you can't hand the ball off, and when you only can engineer 28 scoring drives, and you can only throw 12 touchdowns out of that as a starting quarterback, I have no reason to be excited at you, whether it's year 2, year 3, year 4, and essentially what's going to be your demise in year 5. I have no doubt that this dude is going to do exactly what me and the roundtable think that he's going to do. Everybody else is going to find out that he's not the guy, and it's a shame that we're willing to constantly try to build a team up just to be let down by either a poor defense or horrible quarterback play. It's just something we're used to at this point.
Okay. Spitz is say we're in an alternate universe. We like talking about comic books and things like that. Alternate Texans universe. Davis Mills isn't drafted. He sits in college for another year. He comes out this year. Would he be the best option in this current draft class?
Okay. Because let me talk to the Texan fans, because it seems like, especially over the past couple of days, I've become public enemy number 1. So let's talk about it. Okay. For all the people out there who clamor and say that Davis Mills would be a first-round pick, he'd be a top 5 pick if he stays another year in college, where are you getting this information from? Where is your evidence coming from? Because his coach, David Shaw, was interviewed by 610 and said, "Oh, he would be a first-round quarterback if he would stay another year." When's the last time you heard a college coach talk about his former college player and bash him? He gonna talk good about him. I've never heard of any college. You talk to Dabo Swinney, he gonna tell you every quarterback from Deshaun Watson to Trevor Lawrence to EJ Manuel that they all were good. I mean, not EJ Manuel, Tyler Boyd. They gonna say they all were good. That's what he's gonna say. He's not gonna say anything else. He's not gonna say anything different. So you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Now, right, when you look at his numbers compared to these other rookies, because that's the other comparison that they're using. Oh, he looked better than Trevor Lawrence. Oh, he looked better than Justin Fields. Oh, he looked better than Zach Wilson. Okay, that's more of an indictment on them. Maybe the quarterback class not good, because they keep on giving me these false numbers about his percentage in the red zone, or his throws downfield. But how many times was he in the red zone? So that number is skewed because it's not that many. How many times he throw downfield? That number is skewed because it's not that many. I asked this question and I've yet to receive an answer. He has, in 11 starts, he has 28 scoring drives. In 11 starts, which averages out to 2.5 per game, which gives you anywhere from 9 points to under 21, because 2.5 is less than 3. So 3 touchdowns is 21. So that means it's less than 3. So technically it's around like 18. So it's like from anywhere from 9 to 18 points per game. Is that good? Is 18 points per game good?
That's horrible.
am I wrong? Like I thought the name of the game was scoring. Like I thought like if the offensive job was to score. So I didn't know that 18 points could get you wins. Now back about this whole thing about he'll be a first round pick. How do you even know that? For one, how many times have we seen somebody like a Spencer Rattler? He's going to win the Heisman. He's going to be a number one quarterback took in the draft, number one player in the draft. Got benched by a rookie, now have to transfer to South Carolina. There's people can say a lot of things going into that. Jimmy Clausen, he was supposed to be the number one overall pick. He was a second round pick. Who else was Jake Locker. Supposedly, if he would have stayed another year in school, he would have been number one overall pick. I think he ended up going 10th to the Titans, and ended up leaving the NFL after 4 years. Same thing with Matt Lyon. Matt Lyon was supposed to be a number one overall pick, was drafted 7th. It was a bust. Like how many times have we seen quarterback?
Zach Mettenberger was supposed to be cold. Zach
Mettenberger. Zach Mettenberger, if he would have got hurt and stayed another year in school, he would be the first round pick. And how many times had JJ Sutton? Like, come on, man! Like you say, off of what evidence did you have? Because what evidence did you have that he was going to dominate enough to be the number one overall pick the following year? We've seen this time after time again. Nobody knew about Joe Burrow. Did nobody know about Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow came out of nowhere because remember, it was all tank for Tua. Tua was the number one quarterback for 2 years. Tank for Tua. Tank for Tua.
Yeah, he was.
Ended up going 5th overall, and he's the 3rd best quarterback in the first round behind Joe Burrow, who's been to a Super Bowl, and Justin Herbert, who was Rookie of the Year. Miami's trying to get your quarterback. Remember, like the quarterback that y'all so think that doesn't know how to play football anymore. Miami trying to get y'all quarterback, but they have a guy on their roster who was the number one overall pick 2 years out. So come on, that does not mean nothing to me. That someone said from a back channel, because we got the Albert Breers and somebody over here and somebody over there. I think he would be the first round pick. We've seen this time and time again that these national media people, these experts, don't know crap about football. How many times have they been proven wrong? How many times have they been proven wrong?
How many times have we been proven wrong? Not really many. And and so what he's supposed to do in the ACC? What SEC team is he going to be able to get to the Super Bowl? Riddle me this.
First and foremost, I know we got a lot of haters on the YouTube. Y'all need to hit that like button, hit that dislike button, wherever y'all may be. Number 2, I agree. And again, it's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of this and I get it. You want to feel good about the direction the Texans are going in. You want to feel good about Davis Mills. You want to feel good about all these things. That's your right to do that. But I think there's a point where you got like you have to stop trying to sell yourself on a product that you've already bought. Like it is what it is. You got Davis Mills. You don't have to keep trying to, rehash it and continue to try to hype yourself up into believing that he's going to blossom. If he does, excellent, awesome, cool. That's another void that we don't have to worry about filling because there's so many of them as it is. But again, quarterback is a very tricky thing. You've seen guys, like I said, who are no names and unknowns, rise to the top. You've seen guys who are supposed to be this, that, and the third, fall off the entire face of the map, a la Jamarcus Russell. Speaking of quarterbacks in the city of Houston, this really doesn't tie into each other, but close enough. Other day, a particular quarterback coach of a quarterback that we're familiar with was saying some things about a particular quarterback that we're all familiar with and how his performance made some other professional athletes on this team look. I'll go ahead and make sure I read the quote for you. This was Quincy Avery on Deshaun Watson. Saying they might have forgotten that his last year in Houston. that this was his last year in Houston when he played. Said he was carrying like 3 guys who could have been working at your local Walmart at the receiver position, and he went absolutely berserk. Do you feel like, we'll start with Spitz, do you feel like the commentary that was made by Quincy Avery was being brutally honest or being disrespectful to those other professional athletes?
Man, Quincy Avery is a clown himself. He's a straight clown himself. Now, I think I like Brandon Cooks a lot. I have reservations about him being an actual bona fide number one receiver, but to sit up here and say that he belongs to working at Walmart is absurd. If I'm not mistaken, he's definitely he's a Pro Bowl receiver. Like he's caught 1,000 yards 4 straight years from 4 different teams. Like come on now. Come on now, like well these guys are being worked. I mean, we forget how good King Stills was in New Orleans and Miami? Do we forget how good? I know people had their reservations about Fuller being hurt in the drops, but Fuller's a bona fide NFL receiver. These guys are not Walmart guys. Now maybe your Chad Henson's or whoever, him and what's the damn tight end name?
Farrell Brown.
Yeah.
Jordan
Farrell Brown and the other dude, the third round pick dude.
Jordan Akins.
No, not Jordan Akins.
Kahale Warren.
Thank you, them. Yeah, maybe those guys. Maybe those guys. If you're speaking about them, maybe so. But when you talk about like his actual bona fide receivers, out of Stills and Fuller and Brandon Cooks, especially those three. Nah, I'm not going. Those are definitely bona fide NFL receivers. They might not be.
What do you put Kiki in that? Is Kiki also working at Walmart, or is he working at HEB?
Kiki was. Oh,
come on. Kiki in his first ever NFL game had 11 catches, 100 yards. Stop.
And, salute receiver to him in that game. And the record, breaking the records, and being after that, things were a little bit shaky. That's all I'm saying. I was rooting for Kiki.
He was shaky though. He was.
But he don't belong at Walmart. Like he's a receiver. He's not, bro. He's not a Walmart associate. He's not a Walmart associate. He's not saying.
Man. Fiesta, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Fiesta, bro.
Look, I don't even know if I can trust Kiki to be a Walmart greeter, bro. You come in there, drop the bag, man.
I don't know why Quincy every time he need to work at Food Town because that's what he need to work at. Is he really a quarterback guru? He's a quarterback coach. Like it's easy to be a quarterback coach when your client is Deshaun Watson. What are you doing? What are you really coaching him on? Like what are you really telling him what to do?
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, straight up, bro. That's what I'd like to ask him. Like, what did you really have to cut, bro? That dude worked hard on his own. His accuracy improved because he's been an accurate quarterback.
I get it. That's who he's talking. He's talking about himself. That's who he's the Walmart grid that's being carried by Deshaun. I got it. It makes all the sense.
You know what?
Yes. That's what it is.
It did say
he's slick, bro.
Hey, did you listen to his wording? Because wording is everything. I say that all the time. Said his last year in Houston, when he played, he was carrying like 3 dudes who could have been working at your local Walmart. Then he said at the receiver position. But if you cut it off, if you do like the when you want to get them gotcha quotes, you cut it off right there after Walmart, and then you could throw him in the mix with that conversation.
He was like, because Walmart never called him back after he put in his application. They didn't call him back, so he's like, damn. So I can't work at Walmart. So Deshaun carried me.
Position. He's overqualified.
all right. So we're gonna segue because, like I say, and I know all y'all out there excited because the State of the Union comes on tonight, so we will make sure that y'all are able to get to watch that in time. But we got things to cover and talk about. I want to jump back to what we were talking about earlier, real quick, because it was a question I had and I forgot to ask him. We were talking about Davis Mills. We were talking about some of the guys he played up against head to head. In a situation like that, when you're grading rookie quarterbacks, and I'll just kind of throw it out there, either one of y'all can take it. When you're just grading a rookie quarterback compared to another rookie quarterback, what matters more in your opinion? Is it the outcome of the particular game if they go head to head, or their individual performance within that game? Because, like we said, we've seen it where in the past, defenses let Deshaun down significant numbers of times. There's been times this year where, they've gotten exhausted. I think this year was more kind of a, it really being the offense and eventually the defense, falling out on you because they couldn't, sustain. But and we've seen it. So, like, and when we're talking about, say, 2 rookies, and we're talking about grading rookie quarterbacks compared to other rookie quarterbacks, like, what matters more in your opinion, the performance of the individual rookie or the outcome of that particular game? Or is it kind of a case-by-case scenario? I'd like to know y'all's opinions on that one.
Look, Davis Mills, particularly for me, has done nothing that I haven't already seen from a series of backup quarterback, bro. Like he hasn't done anything that Ryan Fitzpatrick did as a starter in 2014. He had better athleticism, and this is what kills me about Davis Mills. People like to talk about Deshaun Watson holding on to the ball. The dude, if you look at the red zone views of any of those games, anytime that he held on to the ball, his receivers are getting locked up. Like he literally had nowhere to throw the ball because the coverage was perfect. And that's not happening. And people acting like this is happening like 5, 6 times a game. Like, okay, if it happens once or twice in the game and the man happens to either take a sack or it's a loss of down, at the end of the day, that's the price you pay for a penalty. I pay that price for a guy because nobody complains when Aaron Rodgers does it. Nobody complains. Nobody complains when Josh Allen does it. Nobody complains when Aaron Rodgers did it. Nobody complains when Mahomes does it. Nobody complains when Lamar Jackson does it. Nobody complains, but because it's Deshaun Watson, like they act like that's the big. And if at the end of the day, if him holding on to the ball for a second or two longer than he should when he's trying to anticipate and go through his progressions, if that's the worst part of his games, sign me up any day of the week if that's his only flaw. I'm gonna let Spitz, but I have more to say on this issue.
No, because I completely agree with you because y'all know me, Texas Tech Red Raid all day record. I watch Mahomes every snap he played at Texas Tech. None of us and none of us out there who are Red Raider fans ever complained about Mahomes holding on to the ball. Nobody in Kansas City complains about that. Nobody in, like I said, in Green Bay complains about Aaron Rodgers. Nobody in Buffalo complaining about that. Nobody in Pittsburgh complaining about Ben Roethlisberger. People in San Diego wouldn't even complain about Phillip Rivers. Let me put it to you like this, because it's the whole. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Eddie Murphy. I think it was Eddie Murphy that had the whole the guy on the island quote. If you give a guy on the island who ain't ate nothing all day a saltine cracker, he gonna eat. When he eats it, he's gonna feel like he's eating a steak because he haven't ate nothing. They get this quarterback out here and they feel like Davis Mills is the end all be all and forgot, and they want to bash and talk down on the quarterback who we really had, who's a franchise quarterback in it because we don't have a quarterback as of right now because for whatever reason it is he doesn't want to play for the Houston Texans anymore. But that's neither here nor there. People sit up here and act like Deshaun Watson was dropping back. When they say hold on to the ball, they sit up here and act like he was dropping back and was just standing there. Like he didn't know what to do with the football. He was just holding it just to be holding it. Like he was just chilling. Like he didn't know what to do. He was holding on to the ball because he was trying to make a play. That's the reason why David Miller holds to the ball. He doesn't make plays. Deshaun's always looking downfield to either make a play with his arm or if he has to, make a play with his legs, either or. But he's trying to make a play. He's trying to keep the ball alive. He's trying to score because if he doesn't make plays, you know what happened, Houston? You don't get the kick in the eye touchdown against the Raiders to win the game. Right. You don't get we bounced off of all those people in Philly to throw the ball to Akins on 4th down. You don't get the bounce around spell play we dumps it to Taiwan Jones and Taiwan Jones goes and gets in the field goal range for you to beat Buffalo in the playoffs. You don't get the jump man touchdown against Jacksonville in London. You don't get the turnaround when he pitches the ball to Carlos Hyde in Jacksonville in London. You don't get those type of games. You know why? Because he holds on to the ball. If he hurry up and get rid of the ball, you don't get those plays. How about you lose those games? Because outside of the Philly game, all those games that I named, we won. And those plays were the reason why we won. Interesting. That's the reason why he holds on to the ball, because he's trying to make a play. That's all he's doing. He's a playmaker. Say it with me now. Playmaker. That's what he is. That's what Davis Mills is not. And this whole thing, it's very simple. It's very, very simple when you ask the question about when the rookie quarterbacks play against each other, when you look for the wins or how they look. You look and see how they look. I can care less about, especially if the team is bad, I can care less about a win or loss. Yeah, it's true, you want to win, but you want to see how a person looks. Because everybody knows after the second start against New England, everybody knew Deshaun was their dude. You see, Deshaun's their dude. How about this? All talking training camp, Mahomes throwing all those pick sixes in training camp. When they opened off the season I think it was against the Chargers. Everybody in Kansas City said, "That's the dude. That's him. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we got." Aaron Rodgers, the same thing. Remember the whole Brett Favre want to come back, don't want to come back, and they sent him on to the New York Jets. Everybody in Green Bay was upset until Aaron Rodgers stepped on the field and played, and they said, "That's that dude. That's that dude right there." You know it when you see it. So all this fake, give a benefit of the doubt and this, that. No, just every time there's been that dude, we know it off the bat. Everybody else that we give a chance, to, you end up with your Matt Schaubs, your Kirk Cousins, your Black Boys, and all this other stuff. Maybe Connors could have, would have, should have, your Jimmy Garoppolo. Everybody who's that dude, who's that guy, you know off the rip. There's never been a question. You know exactly off the rip. That's that dude. No matter who's around them, offensive line, receivers, yeah, man, get back in there, man.
Right. Let me go and get back up in here real quick because you got me crunk, bro. When you look at Davis Mills, bro, you look at Davis Mills against Mac Jones, because before Mac Jones was starting to hit a peak. He was trending up. And he immediately, after he played Davis Mills, that's when you start to see him trend down. But it was after he put in the work against Davis Mills being up 21-3. And you don't score in the whole second half. And people are always going to want to go get back. But I'm talking about this specific quarterback because the other quarterback ain't playing right now. But since y'all want to use all these scenarios, let's do it like this. Does Davis Mills put up 38 points against the Legion of Boom that was assembled in 2017? Let me tell you what. Hell no, he don't. Does he put up 57 points in his second and a half start ever? Hell no. Does he throw 5 touchdowns with no picks in week 5 on Sunday Night Football after losing 2 perennial players on your defense? Hell no. Does he go against Baker Mayfield, who was one of the hottest rookies that year, and beats the brakes off of him? Does he do any of this? Well, he did that the following season, but does he do? Hell no, he doesn't do any of this. The man is not that good. Bro, he holds on to the ball, bro. Just him trying to evade and get out of the pocket is pitiful. Bro, his athleticism outside of the pocket is so gangly. It's so it's so Brock Osweiler-ish. Like, it is pitiful to watch. The dude, he has no athleticism at all. I don't care a damn about his 40 time. He don't play faster than Deshaun Watson. He don't have a better release than Deshaun Watson. He don't anticipate their throws like Deshaun Watson. He don't anticipate throws or launch the ball down the field like Josh Allen. He is nowhere near even the level. He's not, bro. I'm going to say it. He's not even going to be Matt Schaub at his height. He's no Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins throws 70% consistently. You protect Kirk Cousins, you keep all the pressure off of Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins can look like a top 8 quarterback in the league when he's protected. Take protection away from him, he's nothing. Vikings fans will tell you this. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not that guy. He's not any of these guys. And for everybody to be selling us this BS like he's the guy who needs the benefit of the doubt. I know a loser when I see one. And Davis Mills is a damn loser. And it ain't even the real choice of words that I want to say right now. It's only because we're on Fox, so I can't give you the real. The dude is cockroach doodoo.
All I'm saying, though, is this Mills slander, this Mills hate, this undermining of this future GOAT. I mean, all these things you say about Deshaun are nice, but I mean, Mills never had a Fuller or a Hopkins. He had to work with a David Johnson. He had to, he had to deal with a. He made old Rex Burkhead look good, made him look like he was a rookie again. This is what Davis Mills rejuvenates the elderly. Okay, so he got old players. You got I don't want to say Amendola really looked like he did too much. He had a decent game. You got Burkhead. You got all these used to be's. You know, once they touch the golden Midas arm of Mills, Midas Mills. Let me go ahead. That's what we're gonna call him, Midas Mills. We'll see who steals that one next. You know, let's just go ahead and put that out there. Midas Mills, the man with the golden arm. You know, I'm just saying, if he would have had all of these accessories, these toys, you know, I think he did just as much as Deshaun. He took us to an AFC Championship
still wouldn't
already.
know what to do with him. He still wouldn't know what to do with him.
He took us there, and he took us further with less, working with less. He had David Culley, as much as we want to say about Bill O'Brien, he's not as bad as David Culley. I mean, Mills was just put in a bad situation. It's unfair to Mills to say these things. I don't feel like Davis Mills has received his fair shake.
Oh my!
He will have a complete season to prove himself next year, and he deserves.
I agree.
That.
I think I agree with that. I think he deserves the full year. That way in January of 2023, when the season comes to a conclusion, there's no more excuses. We will have a full season, him starting from start to finish. Not to mention the 11 games of his rookie year, and we'll have exactly what it is, and we'll know the answer clear cut. There's no more time for. There's no time for. Oh no, give him another season. To give him. I don't want to hear none of that.
No, we don't need to.
When week 17 concludes this following year, we will know exactly what it is.
We're gonna be calling Joe Burrow Jr.
Oh yeah, week 18. You're right. Week 18. And we're going to know exactly what it's going to be. We're going to know either we're going to be searching for a quarterback or we got.
You know what? It's a win-win either way for us. If he sucks, it just means I was right. If he wins, then we got a quarterback that we got. Either way, it's a win-win.
Well, you got to worry about it.
Doesn't matter. It's a win-win either way.
He is going to be.
It doesn't matter what he does.
He's going to be.
We're not losing sleep over y'all.
I ain't losing no sleep over Davis Mills.
Because like you're right, we win. This is the thing. This is the thing that people need to understand. We call us Mills haters. We're not Mills haters. We just calling it like we see it. Because y'all had no problem when I was calling Murray hot butter garbage. Y'all had no problem. We were calling out Aaron Colvin. Y'all had no problem. We were calling those people out. We see the same thing just at a different position. Exactly. That's all. Hey, and if like you said, if he works out, we have a franchise quarterback that we got in the third round. That's cool. That means all these different assets and draft picks we can use to build around. I'm cool with that. Cap space, we got that. I'm cool with that. But if he's not, like what you gotta say, he is what we thought he was. He was exactly what we thought he was. So either way it go, we good. Y'all the ones that if he end up being what we feel like he is, y'all the ones that be upset. We won't be upset if Davis Mills. If Davis Mills go out there and have an all-pro season, you think we gonna be upset about it? Because that means the Texans are winning. Means what? The team that we root for is winning. Duh.
So like a great man, because Davis Mills gonna take over. He's gonna prove himself. He's gonna solidify his legacy to have the single greatest season by a Houston Texans quarterback in his second full year.
Like a great man once said. This is the great thing about sports. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
But I want to tell you now. I want to tell you what said, though. I'm segueing to something else. So if you had a point you want to finish on this, I'll let you finish that. And then,
I was about to say, but Mills Mafia might be upset. If famous Jameis come to town, that's all I'm saying.
Look.
Famous Jameis, bring him here.
Nah, y'all out here rooting for these degenerate quarterbacks, dog. You know, everything that already went up. You know, gas high, everything else high, everything is still high. You know, you got to lock the crab legs up. They're gonna have to put the little security thing on it, put the little monitor with the little beeper on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that for my quarterback. We already got a quarterback involved in some questionable activity. You know, we'll let the legal system handle that. But if you would root for a guy like Davis Mills, you know, you don't have to worry about these things. We saw what he was doing. He was in the park playing with his puppy, you know, having a nice family dinner with his old lady. He's a good, solid gentleman, probably in church on Sundays handling his business, you know, being thankful for the blessings that he's received. And, you know, you guys are out here rooting for these degenerates, these guys who are just, you know, they're not putting team first. Davis Mills puts the team first. It's team, then family, then, you know, whatever else is important to him. But these guys out here,
that boy is so crazy. Man, that boy ain't stole a crab leg in 6 years, bro. Get off of that boy name like that, bro.
Man, look, with
Hey,
the
Boy,
hey,
it's
price
a
of
hey,
crab
crab
oh,
legs
hey,
leg.
right
oh,
now.
to eliminate that, just give him a gift card to Papa Do's. He'll be fine.
Man, it's the thrill. It's not. When you do it the right way, it ain't the same. It's the thrill of stealing them. Look, the way pricing when I might start stealing me some crab legs. The way things going. Anyway, but let's get to it, man. Because I want to get a couple things in before we get ready to wind it down. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to see the state of the union and everything. But you talked assets. You talked about if Davis does pan out, that will allow us to, kind of leverage our assets in a different manner. And, there's a
Of
lot of
course.
hypotheticals, a lot of situations that there's so much leading up to the
Right.
draft, free agency. I mean, we just really don't know. And I mean, you got to throw all kind of caveats in every speculation you do. But let's talk about the holes on this roster, and let's talk about this season that's coming up. When you got the new league year coming in, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. Free agency draft. Those are things that people, I think, get the most excited for because that's the most potential.
Right.
Let's talk about both of them, but not necessarily either one specifically. And what I mean by that is, what is the biggest need on this roster, and how do you fix it? Do you fix it via free agency, or do you fix it via the draft? And we'll start with Spitz on this one, and then we'll get Wingstop. So, what do you feel like is the biggest hole on this roster, and how are you going to approach it? Are you going to approach it via free agency, or are you going to approach it via the draft?
All of them. All of them. I agree when people say this team is devoid of talent. Yes, I agree with that. I never debated that. This holds. That's the one beauty about this team. The only silver lining is that it holds everywhere. Like, you really can't go wrong to fill a hole. But I feel like they should target. I feel like they should break it down in sections. They should target offense via free agency, target defense via the draft.
I agree totally. My sentiments exactly. At the end of the day, I feel like secondary has been a detriment for this team for so long, and because Nick Casario has been in the business for quite some time, and every single championship that ever won in New England had a bona fide secondary. It's always been that way. The Ty Laws, the Lloyd Malloys, the Devin McCourtys, the Stephon Gilmores of the business, the J.C. Jacksons. They got Darrell Reeves. Then we can name them. We can
Brandon Browner.
Brandon Browner. Yeah, Brandon Browner. Yeah, that's a name y'all probably don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? But it goes on and on. Yeah, they have a decent enough front seven. Yeah, they have a decent enough to be able to apply pressure, but they are able to scheme on such a different level. Secondary has been a detriment to this football team since the 2016 season was over. After that Patriots game, the secondary has been in shambles ever since. We've been giving up long touchdowns. We've been giving up horrible third downs. Secondary has to be challenged because at the end of the day, it is what is getting teams these Super Bowls. I understand y'all going to want to make the case of what Aaron Donald was able to do. The O-line that they had to go against was in shambles. More than likely, the Bengals are going to end up being the full left tackle. We need left tackle. We need a running back. We need receivers. We need a quarterback. We need another middle linebacker, D tackle. You name it, bro. We need it. Oh yes, and we need another safety. And for all y'all saying that we don't need another safety to be paired along with Justin Reed, you sleep and you don't watch football enough. If you're gonna sit here and say that we don't deserve somebody like.
That's if we maintain Justin Reed, huh?
Exactly.
So,
hey man, Justin Reed, come on, man. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Jesus.
So here's my thing, though, and I kind of want to jump back to what you said, what you just mentioned when you talk about needing a left tackle also, because you got some people who are in the camp that the Texans are not in need of a left tackle. Some people are saying we're trying to retain the service of Larry Tunsil. I think anybody with a set of eyeballs can see that there's a reason that he was healthy and not playing, and it wasn't to preserve him for this next upcoming year, which I don't comprehend that logic. But so I think that most of us would be in consensus that you're going to try to move Tunsil. You're definitely going to be moving Watson. The Texans could be in for a whole lot of assets, and honestly,
yes,
the way this whole thing goes, the Texans could, stumble into a haul that could rebuild this roster like almost immediately if done correctly. They could stumble into a haul of picks and maybe be 50-50. They can stumble into a haul and blow them all. And if you get into a situation where you do pull in a haul of picks, because I mean you're going to get the first at least for Tunsil, you know,
Yes.
you're going to get hopefully a couple for Deshaun if you can still finagle whatever comes out of that, like, and then actually getting your own first back, and again, so you're going to have the ability to do something dramatic if again, like I say, if all picks come to fruition in this draft, you're going to have the ability to do something dramatic, and I think it can be a make or break if you get a nice haul of picks and you don't successfully come out as you don't see a massive turnaround, I think, immediately. So that's kind of my thing. But y'all's thoughts on that? Do you feel like we should be trying to retain the service of Tunsil? You already got a world class or a top notch LT, or is he not fitting the timeline of what the Texans got going on right now?
Man, he went out here worse than Deshaun Watson. I think he's trying to get here faster than Deshaun.
Yeah.
Because the thing of because everybody keep on talking about like oh, Deshaun Watson would have faked the injury that if they would have forced him to play. That's what Larry Tunsil actually did. Like Larry Tunsil actually could have played and kept on saying, "Oh, he got to fit the cast. Oh, he got to lift weight." Come on, he was healthy enough to play, but wasn't healthy enough to play. If you get my drift, come on, he wants out here in the worst way.
Right.
And it's cool that he wants out of it. Yeah, Cincinnati. It's his time going to Cincinnati, Ohio, right there.
Hell with them. The Eagles, come holler at us. The Eagles, come holler at us. The Panthers, come holler at us.
We'll put y'all together an instant bundle. We get you an LT and a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got everything you need. You got a super draft package. Okay.
The NFL version of a STEMI.
Oh, terrible! You know the worst. But see, but this is what would happen though. Like knowing Texans luck, like you make that trade and they go immediately to a Super Bowl and then go win it. You know what I'm saying? That's
our history anyway.
Yeah, that's Texans luck for you.
Yeah, we literally just had a Texan in the Super Bowl. DJ Reader, Super Bowl. What's his face? Charles Omenihu was just in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, you got Omenihu. Who else?
Come on, man! Like, bro, this is what happens. This is exactly what happens.
Half of the Titans roster.
Right? Yeah, they said, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, everybody leaves here and goes off to do great things. When will that be a change of the guard for us? I don't think it's going to be with Davis Mills on the center. I can tell you that.
Do you think that view has changed? And you weren't here with us last week, but do you think that view has changed under Lovie Smith? Do you think that
Lovie
that the players are looking at it differently? They're taking it more serious? Because I don't think you can take David Cutler serious.
No, you can't take it. Of course you can't take it. Come on, bro. Everywhere this dude coached, their positions got worse, bro. The fact that you were you were on an 11-5 teams and no receiver caught a touchdown. That says everything I need to know about you. When you can do that, and then when you coming from Baltimore as a receivers coach, when they don't even have legitimate receivers like that, already gives me cause to pause when they make you a head coach. But I already knew when they made him the case, he was a scapegoat for the season, and I already knew his fate was determined before he was even fired. Like, if anybody believed that David Culley deserved another chance, or was like, oh man, why did you do him like that? Oh, it was racing, bro. Shut the hell up. Like, the dude, this is exactly because they needed exactly what to happen. They needed us to be able to have a top 3 pick to make something exciting, something that the Houston Texans haven't had in quite some time. Lovie Smith, proven winner. I don't even count what he did. I don't even count what he did with the Buccaneers. I only care about what he did with the Bears. Like, what he did with the Bears, bro, is nothing short of magnificent. Like, the man had a legitimate defense for years, kept building a defense, had depth, had an offense, built the offense, but nobody credits the offenses that he created. This man had Alshon Jeffrey, Greg Olsen. He had Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte. He had Cutler. He had a good old line. Bro, he had Jared Allen and Julius Peppers to go along with Tim Jennings. Who else? Lance Briggs. Bro, he had so many guys, Tillman, bro, across that team. Yeah, Peanut Tillman. Like, I can go on. Brian Urlacher. I can go on and on and on. about what this man did. The man knows talent. The man know how to draft. He knows how to build a team, and he knows how better than building a team. He knows how to keep it together.
Here's the deal. So, like I said, it's about the time, so we're gonna get ready to start winding it down. I am looking forward to seeing what happens to the Love area. And I know some of y'all want to talk a little bit of Rockets, and basically, we can say it in a nutshell. Silas is not it. But like, and so y'all be getting on me, right? Because I haven't been as Rockets attentive as of late, especially, after the Harden exodus, things, and so you have, even prior to, we ain't gonna get into people arguing with me about a certain West Brick. People tried to argue me down.
Call Sam Cassell.
That bring back to the house. And that people tried to argue me at Westbrook. I was gonna change my mind on that. We saw what happened with that. Dude has gotten worse and worse and worse. I was never wrong.
Yes.
I got a video somewhere from when he was the MVP, when he won the MVP, and I told people he would never be a champion because of his play. I've been proven right on that. But even when Silas first came here, and I wasn't super familiar with Silas, I want to say it was Josh. Shout out your boy Josh again. But I want to say it was Josh, and he was real high on Silas, and I was just kind of like, I don't know too much. But right now, again, when you got young guys, rookie guys kind of get their first real go, it's just, or not a rookie now, but when you get your first real go at head coaching, sometimes your first stop ain't always it. Now, the situation you're in isn't the greatest. There's certain things that took place now, but I just feel like this ain't it. You got some other talent out there, some guys that I think could take this roster and actually do something with it. Like Spitz said, Sam Cassell, bring back a guy who actually won something here in Houston, so he's going to have that passion. To me, that gives it that Rudy T feel. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't be opposed, and this is a name I know some people are going to be 50-50 on. I have to question my own thinking on it, but Mark Jackson. I'm not opposed to a guy like giving Mark Jackson a shot. Y'all saw what he really made the roster that Kerr took over and has been accredited for.
Right.
He really built that team. But so I think he could do something with what we got. 'Cause we got the talent is there. You got a lot of these rookies, especially that they're not getting the development that they deserve. 'Cause I don't know what Silas's intentions are, if he's thinking long term, or I don't know what he's got going on. Because especially a guy like Green, a guy like Christopher should be getting and seeing much more playing time. And we ain't even going to get an ILP because that's a whole other situation. But as we're about to get ready to get up out of here, we got to see what the leader of
every
the
team he seemed to, every single organization he seemed to be a part of, because wasn't he responsible for getting Steph Curry? Or something like that?
Who was that? Mark? Are you talking about? Who you talking about? Mark?
Mark, yeah. Wasn't he involved with that organization then?
Yeah.
It was something along the lines. He was in the organization, so I think he kind of had some sway in that pick. And it was somebody else who was the top pick. I forget who it was. And it's crazy to see that every single organization that he's left ultimately ended up winning the championship. It's underway, bro. I don't feel too bad about it. Let him go in peace so we can go ahead and get this ship in a couple more years.
I mean, my thing is this too. Even if we got a, Mark might be a slump buster. You know what I'm saying? He might be a slump buster coach. He might be one coach you got to bring in. He gets you almost, right there on the brink, and then you kind of got to find that next person that's gonna get you over that hump. That's what I thought Billy O was supposed to be. That's a whole nother conversation. But with that being said, gentlemen, y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here, man?
Man, shout out to Fox 26, man, for giving us this opportunity once again. We appreciate y'all coming out on Tuesday. We hope we gave y'all some energy tonight. The hell with it. The hell with Davis Mills. Yeah, I said it, punk. You want you to do something, prove it to me on the field. Otherwise, shut the hell up and get on it and get your game up. And at the end of the day, I ain't giving no benefit of the doubt to a dude that I feel is a loser on the football field. Dude ain't it. But besides that, hey, shout out to Sauce Nation. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know I'm a fool, man. I'm gonna say how I'm feeling, and at the end of the day, we're gonna keep it exactly how we always kept it, and that's the little G.
All right.
All right, so appreciate Sauce Nation. Appreciate y'all checking us out for one more time. Thank you, Fox 26, for the opportunity, the platform. Thank you for presenting us tonight. Man, if y'all haven't got a chance, go ahead and check out the video about Davis Mills and his value to the Houston Texans on my YouTube channel. Also, got some free agent targets also on the way, too, dropping tomorrow. So just see what kind of free agent targets the Texans will be looking at. Space 389 on YouTube. Y'all go check it out.
Already, man. Hey, another great Tuesday. Shout out to everybody in the chat for holding it down. We appreciate each and every one of you, man. If you are a fresh ingredient, make sure you are participating in the conversation. Again, like I say, we can sit here and chop it up, amongst ourselves all day. I mean, half the time in the Discord, it is what we do. But like there is no Sauce Nation without y'all. Like I say, y'all are the greats that make it. The things y'all participate in the chat, some of the commentary that y'all add is very important. Something we'll get back going this week. Like I said, I've been trying to get my schedule back in line. We haven't had a call-in sauce in a while, so stay tuned. Sometime this week, I'll be trying to do that probably about 7:00. Try to get a couple of sauces in this week if we can. Like I say, getting the phone lines back open and all those good things. You're going to be a part of the Discord and everything that goes on with that. Snap. Just made me think about something. Make sure patreon.com/sauce sports, get the link there. Come join the conversation. It's almost like having sauce at your disposal 24/7. So, if you enjoy it, get you a little bit more drip. But with that being said, we're going to chunk up a deuce, but we will see y'all at least next Tuesday, 7 p.m. On the Tube, on the Fox 26 app, and on your favorite social media platform. Make sure you're following up there in the corners. It's got everything you need. But with that being said, we chunk up a deuce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. Hey, man, we out. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be cool.
We
Take care of
dripping.
yourselves. All right.